Sound the horn, ladies and gentlemen. It is another day of Ragnarok. We are here in Darkmoor today. That's right, the place where you get your current gear, your current templates, you modernize your build, everything like that. But we're going to talk about something a little bit obscure today. We're going to talk about Ichor, or Ichor. And the reason why is because, well, there's only one function that this serves now, and that is furniture. Yeah, we're literally talking about something that used to be required for the current Abomination Gear as of Test Realm before this world came out. However, they changed it, and now this reagent is no longer required to get your gear. Now, it's been this way ever since the world came out. They changed it upon release, so now Ichor, or Ichor, does not really have much value unless you are a house decorator. If you're not, then this entire video is, well, I'll be honest with you, probably pointless to watch because of the fact that this is a furniture exclusive item. You see this stuff on the ground here, this like green gooey stuff right here, that is Ichor. We're gonna pick it up. Now, in terms of where to get it, you can pretty much get it anywhere in the world of Darkmoor, the current world of Darkmoor, not Castle Darkmoor. To get it confused, yeah, avoid going to the level 100 dungeon area. Come to the current world of the 180 stuff. This Darkmoor has it. Now, there are a couple locations that I can honestly say are pretty good to look through. One of them is here in the Outsiders camp. This is the main hub of the world. Now, before we leave, before we go to the other spot that I can actually recommend, I'm going to show you what the furniture is. There's not much here, so there isn't a ton. So we're going to go here at Caesar. Now, normally, if you're like an endgame player, if you're trying to get your stuff, you would normally go here, up here, but you don't need to. You can actually just come down here to Recipe Shop. Yeah, this is it. This is literally everything. And you see aged Ichor here? This is the rare version of the normal Ichor we just picked up. And you're probably thinking, Tyr, how do you get the aged when only the Ichor drops? This is the rare chance that a lot of reagents have. Ichor has a chance to give aged Ichor. Or if in doubt, you can always go to the All tab here with the cards, and you can get the recipe to transmute as per usual. If you remember the old transmutes, this is in the system too. So you just want to turn the green stuff into the red stuff. And yeah, there's not a lot in here at all, but you can get yourself a campfire. You can get yourself a big old wagon looking ass. You can get yourself a little campsite here. And you can get yourself a caravan. Now, these obviously require the Ichor as well as a different perfect gem. In this case, it's a ruby. In this case, it's a sapphire. In this case, it's an opal. And in this case, it's a peridot. But to get these, you need to get this aged Ichor, which can take some time to get because you gotta go out in the world of Darkmoor and get your Ichor. Get a bunch of it, and then transmute. Now here in the Outsiders camp, this is one area that you could search, especially if you're trying to avoid combat. You could even take a freaking level 1 here, assuming that there's a way to get here. Whether you taxi a friend, maybe there's something in Castle Tours. I'm not sure if there is, somebody will tell me. But there are ways to get here. And if you are that low level, I recommend searching here, or there is one street that I can actually tell you to go to. Now, all of these can drop it, for the most part, but I'm going to go to Graveholm. Now, Graveholm, this is a place that I can actually tell you is actually not horrible to search, for different reasons. One, there's multiple quadrants. Two, it's really, really easy to avoid mobs here, so if you are a low level that got taxied here, you can just search around in these different, like, sections, and it's not too difficult to maneuver the whole area without getting caught. Like, there's not even really any mobs here. I can go over here and search this entire, like roadway here. And it's actually a pretty simple place to search. And on top of it, you can also get other stuff too, like stone block and ore. Now those are secondary here. Here you want to search for the Ichor. Now the nodes here, they don't spawn a ton, but it is worth searching around. Stuff like that. Like for example, here's one right here. This is one of the spawn locations. You basically just want to look through all the sections of the street. Now we did start at south, we just searched west. Now we're gonna go up to north while looking around at the same time. Make sure we don't miss anything. There's a stone block and an Ichor here. Pick that up. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Yep, there's something here. It is mistwood. Not what we're here for, but it is something. It is a node. And now we're gonna search the north section of Graveholm to see if the nodes spawned here at all. But as you can see, there actually is a couple of nodes. So I recommend checking Graveholm because it's one of the easier places to not get pulled. And Outsider's Camp is also a small enough area to search, so that you could just kind of do a circle around, switch realm, circle around, stuff like that. But yeah, as you can see, it's not too difficult. Like I'm literally on the sidewalk here, and it is super easy to avoid these mobs. Not that they're like that difficult for most people anyway. Who are you? I don't remember you. Ah! So I accidentally found a freaking housing vendor who has a couple of pieces of a recipe. So really, all these craftable stuff here, like this furniture, this stuff is quite literally more stuff that you can use the Ichor on. Now, if in doubt, you can always go back to one of the other quadrants and see if there's any other recipes, which as I look around, I will be searching. When it comes to recipe usage, I am learning this in real time as well. There's another Ichor there. I'm gonna grab that. And now I'm just gonna keep on rolling. Keep on rolling like I am Limp Bizkit. I don't think you have any recipes. No, you do not. Goodbye. Now we're gonna search the more eastern region. This is where a lot of vendors are. So you see there's TC vendors. There's housing vendors. Do you have more recipes or is it just items? I have more recipes. Yep, there's one more recipe there. You need a Ichor for that. Now I'm going to grab that. And I'm going to come back over here to the treasure card vendors. As you can see, they don't really sell a ton, but always worth seeing if you don't know what something is. But yeah, point is, you basically just saw that the different furniture of the world, all the different recipes, they do need Ichor. Mostly the age stuff. Like, here's a housing vendor here. This guy probably has some stuff. Yup, he has a recipe. So if you ever want to get somebody certain items for crafting, like a Darkmoor themed house or something like vampire themed, and I'm sure there's different like recipe vendors all over the world, in a ton of different places. So if you're trying to like craft furniture for like a Darkmoor themed house or something vampire or werewolf themed, something, you know, kind of spooky, that is where it can be used. So that's gonna do it for this one, y'all. This one was pretty simple today. I just wanted to show off something that is kind of obscure, something that people thought was completely dead. It's not super heavily used. There's really only one group of people in the game that would ever get any value from this reagent, and that is the housing decorators. If you want like a Darkmoor themed house, something with like the spookier vibe, something with like vampires and werewolves and stuff like that, then this reagent is the way to go. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this one. I looked at my list of what to cover left in the game. There is not much left. At least for reagents, we are almost done with the reagent part of the reagent series. And then once we finish that, we'll be moving on to recipes. Just different recipes in the game. We probably won't go through every recipe in the game, but we'll go through all the notable ones. We'll go through like the big stuff, like the houses, the vaults. And so if you have any recipe requests of what you want to see covered, of like, hey, how do you make this? What's the fastest way to get this item made? Let me know if you have any recipe requests. I already know to try and get all the houses together in terms of their crafted recipes, stuff like that. And the vaults, too. So if you have any requests for recipes, let me know, and we're going to get this written in the Discord together. But that's going to do it for this one. So if you like this video, if you like the vibes here, hit the likes, hit the comments, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs for the first time in our lives. And until next time, my name is Tier, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good night.